first things that I do for people, for groups, for people who come to me for individual training is teach them this, because it really is just about intention. What we say goes. If we say only high vibration is allowed around us, that's what happens, okay? You do have to believe that, though. And at the time, we set up, Archangel Michael around me. He's what I call the cosmic bouncer. Yes. Yeah, can you envision? Get the hell out of my club. Probably doesn't say that, but he is so strong, that energy. And so the first thing that I do with all of my students is I bring in Michael. Not the first thing. I'm going to do it the first thing. But before they leave, I bring in Michael. I have everybody sense his energy. And then we all ask him to be our protector from this moment forward. Now, if you are not comfortable with the archangel stuff or with the angel stuff, you can ask any other energy to do this, as long as they are, it needs to be somebody of high vibration. You can call it Jesus, you can call God, you can call, again, Michael, you can, I would say, what was that?
Mary.
Mary, thank you. Yes, Mary. All of those energies are there to help us. All of them are there to help us. I use Michael because, again, when I envision him, when I feel him, it's just amazing. I'll never forget the first time I asked him to come in. We had done an exercise in the development program that I was in, and we had asked him to come in. And so when I got home, I thought, gosh, I want to feel him again, because it was so, so beautiful. So I asked him to come into the room, and I just felt his energy, and I put my hands out, and it was just so, so immense and so wonderful and beautiful. And I asked him to tell me something, and he said, "I love you, Serena." And I thought, wow, oh my gosh. And that's what he is for all of us. That's what he is for all of us. So I'd like to call him in now, as if he wasn't here already. So if everybody could just take a deep breath. You don't need to close your eyes for this. Ask Michael to come and give you a sense of his presence. It's very high vibration, very beautiful energy. Very male, though. It's a very male energy. But the strength is just unbelievable. And then if you're comfortable with doing this, then say after me, thank you, Archangel Michael, for being here. I ask you to be my protector from this moment forward. That's it. He will be with you 24/7. And so it is, yes. He'll be with you 24/7. For those of you who are really sensitive, it doesn't mean you don't sense the other energies. It just means that he will keep away the energies that don't belong near you, because we've asked him to. So, and it doesn't mean that they're mean. It doesn't mean that they're malicious or anything like that. It just means they might not be for our highest good. They might, their energy might not be compatible with ours. So that's why we set the intention that he protects us, and that any energies that do not belong around us are ushered away by him. There were times in the beginning of my training where they worked on me a lot when I was sleeping, and they meaning the guides and the angels. And so I remember a number of times, I'm lying on my back, waking up, and there's an energy right here. And all I could see was this energy. I didn't know who it was. I didn't know what they were doing there. Out of a sound sleep, it was pretty terrifying. And I said, "Michael, take it away!" Just like that, and it was gone. And then I would go back to sleep, and I would wake up, and I would call him in, and I'd say, "That was probably somebody trying to help me, huh?" And he said, "Yes, it was." And I said, "Well, they can come back, but don't wake me up. Don't wake me up." So if you find that you're being worked on when you're sleeping, then ask them to keep you asleep so you don't have that experience. I set up my house as a sanctuary, so only high vibration is allowed in my space. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to set our bodies and the space, And it's so easy to do this. All you say is, only high vibration is allowed in my space. Only high vibration is allowed in my space. It's that simple. It's that simple. Isn't that funny? We don't have to walk backwards out of a room. Now, I do sage every now and then because saging does release energy. It helps to release it, the smoke and things like that. I used to do house clearings. I don't do it anymore. I'm not there anymore. But when I did it, I would just ask, what do I need to use to clear my space or clear the space of the client? Sometimes they would say, bring blessed water, and that would be water that I would bless with Reiki. Sometimes they would say, bring the sage, or sometimes they said, just do it with intention. So when you go home tonight and you want to clear your space and you want to set the vibrational levels that come into your space, ask your guides, what do I do? Okay? And if you don't sense anything right away, then all you need to do is say, okay, then I'm using my intention to clear this space. So, and that same thing that we do for our bodies, we do for our space. Only high vibration is allowed in my home. You don't have to say that now, but when you go home, only high vibration is allowed in my home. All others must remain outside. So what that does is it sets up, a barrier that only the high people, high energies can come into your space. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to leave out. I remember when this happened to me and I had to clear my space and set my space, I was worried that JT wouldn't be able to come in. And that just isn't true. He was able to come in because he wasn't low vibration. He was high vibration. And those who have crossed over, who see the bigger picture, those are the ones that are what we call on the other side. Those will still be able to come in and assist us if they are for our highest good. And that's the other thing that I always add to, when I clear space, is I say, only high vibration is allowed in my space for my highest good, so that you can add to the end of it. Whenever I ask a question about what I need to do in life, I always say, what is for my highest good? Give me the path that's for my highest good. So that is a phrase that all of you should be using, when you're talking to your angels, guides, and loved ones.